What's up, everybody?
I'm Blake.
And I'm Tyler.
And you are watching
Geek Radar.
Today we are talking about The Crow, one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love this film. It is such an incredible movie.
Classic.
It is directed by Alex Proyas, who I actually say this is his masterpiece.
Oh, God, yes.
Because he hasn't done anything.
I
mean, I can't think of anything this man has done. Except for Gods of Egypt, but we're not going to talk about that. So, the movie stars Brandon Lee, the late Brandon Lee.
Dragon's son.
The Dragon's son.
Rest in peace, Brandon.
Rest in peace. As Eric Draven.
Rest in peace, Brandon.
A.K.A. The Crow. Alright?
And what a great movie. I mean, it's sad to say, but what a great movie to leave your legacy.
Yeah, I mean, this movie, he would have taken off after this, alright?
Yes.
Like, he did a few things before The Crow.
But not like this.
But not like this. Like, I think the best thing he did before The Crow was Showdown in Little Tokyo with Dolph Lundgren. And
let's say this. If he would still be with us,
yeah,
The Crow, I still think, would have been just as big.
Oh, definitely.
If he wouldn't have passed during the filming of this movie.
I hate the idea that The Crow is only popular because Brandon Lee died.
No, I loved it because I didn't know. I mean, I was a kid and I watched it and I didn't know he was dead. And I was like...
I didn't either. I didn't know it when I first saw the movie. Which I actually found out about The Crow later in life. Like when I was in my teen years.
I was shocked. I was like 6.
Yeah, like... The movie came out when I was like 6 years old, but I wasn't watching stuff like that at 6. I wasn't an edgy kid or whatever. Like Tyler, apparently.
Hey, man, my mom was like, hey, this is a good movie. I'm like, I'm watching.
Well, I guess you had a cool mom.
It's The Crow, man. It's the Dragon's son, Brandon Lee.
Yeah. But yeah, I really love this movie. I love it so much. And honestly, I think The Crow is the reason I am such a big Sting fan. WCW,
because it's
WWE.
the same mask.
Well, it's inspired by The
yeah.
Crow. The whole character is inspired by The Crow.
Yeah.
And
every time you see Sting, like you think of that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that could be Eric Draven.
And another thing about The Crow is that this movie takes some heavy inspiration from Tim Burton's Batman films. Both of them. You know, the 1989 film
Returns.
and Batman Returns, because that came out like 91, I believe. So
Tim Burton directed.
Yeah.
One of my favorite directors.
Oh, man. But yeah.
Corpse Bride is a masterpiece.
Yeah, really. Wait, The Corpse Bride?
Yeah.
Did
you see? What?
I never saw The Corpse
What?
Bride. Never saw. I thought you were talking about Nightmare Before Christmas.
I like Nightmare, but Corpse Bride's my shit. Man. I got my dolls.
Aren't those two movies connected?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Oh, well.
Disney doesn't own Corpse Bride. That's why it's not whored out.
Oh, okay.
I wish it was owned, actually, because you can get more merchandise. But anyway, back to The Crow.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie opens up on a model shot of Detroit on fire on Devil's
Night, October 30th.
October 30th. This is the night before Halloween, obviously. And, you know, there's a narration from Sarah, who's the little girl in the movie. And
spoiler alerts. If you haven't watched The Crow,
this is a spoiler review.
Yeah,
we should have mentioned that off the top.
First off, if you haven't seen The Crow, go get it. It holds up.
It does.
And if you don't know what The Crow is, not a lot of people know. It's a comic book character. Not a lot of people know that. I mean, you've got Clive Barker on here and everybody. And another thing that I loved, if I can find it, was this. I thought this was very touching. The In Memoriam, if you could see it from there, for Brendan. So I was very happy that James...
That's really awesome.
Yeah, so this is completely different than this.
That is one graphic novel that I want to read. Yes. Because I'm not a big comic book reader. I'm not a big book reader in general. Don't judge me. That's more up his alley. But yeah, that's one that I kind of want to read because I want to see the difference between the two, the movie and the comic.
This right here, maybe about that much right here is in the movie. About that right there isn't in the movie. About that much is. Huh. But to me, even though I love James's work, I thought the screenplay for The Crow was way better. even though I love like it even dives in further with Draven and stuff, and with Shelley and like sexual imagery and stuff like that, heaven type stuff, you know what I mean?
I mean, it looks like a beautifully drawn.
Exactly. Like, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I can't show that on screen.
No.
But, like, I mean, it's black and white. Like, it's that old school style, which is, The Walking Dead takes inspirations off this. But anyways, back to the film, Blake.
But yeah, from that model shot that we saw, which, you don't really see many model shots.
Oh, nowadays. I loved it. We called it out as soon as we was like, dude, that's a model shot. Like, it was just the...
Yeah, it was. I mean, the CGI on it looked pretty rough, but I mean, it's 90s.
Yeah, the explosion looking
things. It was 90s. It was low budget. I mean, what do you expect? Well, it wasn't.
This is before comic book movies.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really low budget.
I mean, not a lot of people know this exists, and this is a special edition, so it's got like never before seen artwork and all kinds of cool shit in here. But this is good. But if you want to not read, watch The Crow.
Yeah. But yeah, from there, the opening shot, the opening scene has Ernie Hudson's character basically casing the rape scene,
Unfortunately.
Well, murder scene, really.
Both.
Rape murder scene where Shelley and Eric were murdered. Shelley is...
Brutally, man.
Eric is the Crow, Eric Draven.
He's the Crow.
Yeah. And Shelley was his fiance.
They were supposed to get married that night after, right?
Yeah, they were going to get married on Halloween.
Man, that's some fucks that did that to them, but they got what was coming, man.
It's a weird day to get married on.
I would get married on Halloween.
I could see your crazy ass doing it.
Hell, get a black and white theme. That'd be awesome.
I mean, if that's up your alley and what.
Hey, I like gothic shit, man. Like, I like, you know what I mean?
I like some of it, but I don't think I'd want to get married like that, though. I don't know. That's just me.
No, man. I like them black roses.
That's just me. But anyways, all that's going down, and, the next scene takes place a year later. All right? So a full year has passed, and basically we're on the scene where Eric Draven is coming back to life. By way of the mystical Crow.
Well, the reason the Crow will come back to somebody is somebody that's wrongfully done, and it's like it's a revenge. It's the first John Wick.
Yeah.
Like as we were watching it again, I was like, man, this is like they had to draw inspiration off the Crow on some of these damn scenes, especially that table scene. But I mean, this is a classic. Sorry, continue.
It really is. But yeah, like as he's crawling out the grave, as he's walking, trying to like figure out why he's alive again, I guess. Yeah, he's like all zombified.
Well, I mean, he's breathing for the first time.
I mean, he still looks like a handsome fellow,
It's Brandon Lee, man. He's a sex appeal, man. It's the dragon son. That's their dragon son.
A year has passed though, and there's no decay. Isn't that a little going down the rabbit hole? Anyway.
Yeah, but I mean It's The Crow.
It's a fantasy film. Anyways, so he starts having these flashbacks of everything that happened that night. And, basically, I don't know, you also start seeing, like, how happy they are.
Oh, that's sad, too, man. Like, that's how I'd want me and my girl to be on Halloween. Shit. How could you not be down with that? I'm down with the spooky shit.
I mean, I love Halloween.
Oh, yeah, we're horror nuts.
I love horror. I love the Halloween atmosphere. Fall is my favorite month of the year. Or favorite season
especially
of the
year, in the fucking South.
Yeah, which we don't even get much of a fall. It's still like 60, 70 degrees.
Shit, hotter than that sometimes.
Yeah.
Georgia weather, folks.
Yeah. But anyways, he comes back to life. The flashbacks... And
yeah, they're horrible flashbacks of like her being taken into the hospital. Like what did they say? 36 hours or like 30 something hours before she gave up.
Like 34 hours, I think.
It's like and yeah, dude, fuck them guys, man. They got what they deserved.
Yeah, but then he gets back to their old apartment. The cat's still alive. Gabriel,
the
miraculously, he's been living off rats.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out where he got water, but okay.
Hey, it rains the whole fucking... It can't rain all the time. The only time it doesn't rain is at the end of the movie.
I guess. But anyways, then there's that awesome ass scene, man, when he's putting on the makeup.
And the Cure starts playing.
And the Cure Burn. If you never, oh my god, have you never heard that song? Burn.
I got him into it. He was. You were like, who the fuck plays that? And
I didn't even know.
I'm like, I just seen him in concert. Like they just played it. Like
I'm embarrassed that I didn't even know.
That's fun. I'm telling you, man, it's fine. It's fine. They got 9 Inch Nails in there too, which is my favorite.
But anyways, that is one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
In the soundtrack.
Yeah, it has a great soundtrack.
Stone Temple Pilots, The Cure, 9 Inch Nails. But when the Cure starts playing as he punches the mirror.
Yeah.
And he's just, straight.
And then he walks up to the window. He's got the crow on his shoulder.
That was CGI done.
It still
looks just like him, but that was one of the shots, I think, because it showed the lightning flash. Yeah. And it showed everything. But damn, is that scene? Like,
it still looks so good.
And props to that crow actor.
Yeah,
I
think it was the stunt man.
No, I'm talking about the bird.
Oh,
like he was always perched up perfectly, man. That was a good bird actor, man. Shouts out the bird actors.
So
Shallows had an awesome one too. I have to watch that.
And then there is the scene where it goes from there. From there, it goes to Tintin and his crew. They're at a bar. Just shooting the shit, I guess.
And what do they say, Blake?
Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire! Okay.
You just pulled a skank.
I did.
Skank where everybody stops and he's like, fire it up!
I did it on purpose. Not really. Anyways, so they're taking these shots and they're putting bullets in their mouth.
Gangster.
Like, that's not gangster.
These guys are fucking hopped up hotheads. But these guys were the guys that previously murdered Shelly and Trevor.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That was not really much to say.
And he puts a cigarette out on his tongue. Right?
Oh yeah, he put the man.
Yeah.
And then they all tried to kill each other there for a minute.
Oh yeah, they're like, "Fuck you, man! Fuck you, Tintin!"
Yeah.
That thing ain't even loaded.
Yeah,
fire it up!
Fire it up! Fire it up! Did it again. Anyways, and then we're at the pawn shop. All right, there's this pawn
shop
owned
by Frank's brother. Always Sunny fans will watch it.
He knows about that. I don't know anything about that.
It's my goddamn brother.
But it's the pawn shop scene, and you see, Tintin and the pawn shop owner. I think it's Gillian.
Something like
that. Or Gideon, something like that.
AKA shithead.
Whatever. Anyways, Tintin is trying to get him to buy.
He's buying watches and shit, and he's like, "Is that blood on it?"
Yeah.
He's a sleazy piece of shit that buys off anything.
Exactly. So
he's Frank's brother from It's Always Sunny. That's exactly his same fucking. His character.
And as that is going on, we're seeing the epic rooftop scene where Eric is running from rooftop to rooftop.
To 9 Inch Nails, Dead Souls.
Yeah.
If you're a 9 Inch Nails fan, listen to Dead Souls. It was made exclusively for the record, along with Burn by The Cure, which was made exclusively for that soundtrack.
2 great songs.
So it's like, holy shit. They even play Stone Temple Pilots and stuff in there when they're driving down the street. And I'm like, damn, this is bringing me back. I'm like, this is the 90s, man.
It's a lot of nostalgia. But then, we see Tintin and Eric fight each other in the alley.
That was the first confrontation.
Yeah, that was the first fight that he had, since coming back. And you could tell he was
weak. He was still weak. Yeah, he was still out of the grave.
Yeah, he wasn't 100% yet, and he ends up killing Tintin.
Oh man! Well, no. He's like, you remember, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He held him up against the wall, and he was like.
And then Tintin made a rape joke, and then that was like over.
They slapped him.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say what he said, but
yeah.
And then Eric just spit slapped.
How about the knife scenes?
Oh yeah, when Tintin's constantly throwing the knife.
And he never misses. Apparently, he's like, I never miss.
And he missed every damn time. And then Eric finally catches it right in the middle.
Yeah.
And then throws it right back and hits him in the shoulder. And then comes up to him, holds the knife, and he's like, victims. Aren't we all?
Yep. And then what's the next thing we see? Him with 6 knives we counted out just sticking out of his chest.
Yeah.
Ernie Hudson's like, man, this is some shit. By the way, Ernie Hudson is one of the nicest men I ever met.
Yeah, we met Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, man.
You have that picture. Hopefully you could put that on.
I'll put that on there. Eric's gonna be like, why didn't you use a signed fucking photo? We're never gonna hear the end of it, but yeah, I'll put a picture.
Never gonna hear the end of it. But then we're introduced to Tony Todd's Grange. Candyman himself.
We met him as well. Man, we've met so many people. Candyman. Damn, I'm telling you, man.
He was awesome. Tony Todd is one of the best people that I had met at these conventions. Like, he's just a really awesome guy. Really down to earth. Took a lot of time with us.
Yeah, him and Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
Ernie Hudson gave us the Crow, like, background stuff that, like, behind the scenes shit we had never heard of.
They're just two humble guys. They were just, they seemed happy to be there.
Yeah. Check out these horror. There's a lot of horror conventions that happen that nobody knows about that these actors come to and stuff. I'm hoping Michael Wincott. Yeah, I hope he comes to one because I
would love to meet him. I mean, speaking of Michael Wincott, I don't understand why this guy isn't in more movies. He's in 2 of my favorite movies. Obviously, The Crow, but also, and don't judge me because I know some of you will, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I liked Prince of Thieves.
I fucking love that movie.
It's good.
That has one of the best scores I've ever heard in a movie.
Isn't Alan Rickman in that?
Yes, he's the sheriff of Nottingham.
That's what I thought.
I fucking love that movie.
So I'm saying, you got Hans Gruber and Professor Snape.
People give a shit because Kevin Costner doesn't use a British accent.
It's Costner. Like, he made Water. He was in Waterworld. Get over it.
If that is your only criticism for the film, or if that's your main criticism for it, just get the fuck over yourself.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
he said it best.
Michael Wincott, this guy's just a great freaking actor, and in this movie he plays a great villain.
One of the best. This is the dude we're talking about.
That's Michael Wincott, top dollar.
He's got a pretty good likeness to his character, even though there's a little bit of dust on there because he's been on my shelf.
Yeah, it's a little close. It's close enough.
Good.
Close enough for an action figure, for a high-end figure, whatever. So, anyways, we're introduced to Michael Wincott as Top Dollar and Bei Ling as, I believe it's Micah, or maybe it's Mika.
We never even hear him say Top Dollar.
They never say their names.
I think he says, like, bet your Top Dollar, like, at one point.
They never say these names in the movie. I never hear them. So I don't even know if it's...
I knew it was Top Dollar from...
I don't know if he said...
comics, which he gets waxed. He gets killed quick in the comics.
But I don't know how you say that name. I think it's Micah. So, I don't know. But Bei Ling
that's all I could think.
Bei Ling is a shit actress, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. She's an awful fucking actress.
What else has she been in?
I can't think.
She was supposed to be in Star Wars, but I think she did like a Playboy magazine, and George Lucas was like, "No, not on my watch."
I remember that.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember any other movies she was in. But I do know she's been in some other movies.
She's been in a bunch of fighting movies and stuff. I think.
Yeah. When she's not...
She's still pretty, though.
Whatever. I mean,
she's cute.
When she's not asked to do anything as far as, like, deliver lines, she's fine. But you ask her to act, it's like, So, whatever. But anyways, this scene where they're introduced, they're cutting out this dead lady's eyeball.
Well, they had already had... She's like, well, baby, we had too much fun with her. And they roll her over. She's dead.
I think we broke her.
Yeah, I think we broke her. Like,
yeah. So, I mean...
Did you mention their relatives?
It hadn't been revealed at that point yet, but I'll go ahead and mention it. It turns out these two are in a fucking relationship together, but apparently they're half-siblings. I mean, it's
Game of Thrones, Lannister type shit.
It's getting really Game of Thrones up in there.
Yeah.
But anyways, whatever. I mean...
I still like him as a villain, though. He's fucking...
Oh, yeah. He's a great freaking villain, man.
Perfect actor, man.
He was
that hair, man. Like, that hair was perfect.
I envy a man with that much hair.
Don't try to take my strength.
Sorry, Samson.
Speaking of Samson, over there, people have been asking. It's like, who's
shout
the fish?
Out to Samson.
Samson the fish over here.
So, shout out to Samson.
Yeah.
So, from there... we return to the pawn shop, and Eric shows up and attacks the shop owner. And,
He's like Frank's brother. I'll give you what you want. Like, whatever, it's in the case, and then he finds the engagement rings.
Well, before that, there's like this awesome moment where, he shoots the, he shoots Eric, and, you see Eric, like, the wound heals, and the pawn shop.
He's like, shit on me.
He's like, shit on me. Shit on me.
Which is another
that shit was so hilarious. But yeah, and Eric, like you said, he's looking for the ring.
Yeah, he's looking for his engagement rings.
Yeah, that he gave Shelley. Yeah. And, the shop owner tells him, where to find it.
It was on like a black box. He's like, it's under the box under there.
Yeah, and...
That was a sad moment when they showed him opening up, but it's like...
Oh yeah, and they're showing all the flashback scenes and
You ever been in a relationship, had some shit like that happen, man? I know exactly what that fucking feels like.
I don't think many people have experienced something quite like that.
Not like that, but man, I've been through experiences.
I mean, we both have, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But,
that had to deal with that sort of thing.
Yeah. But the shop owner tells them where to find... He actually tells them where to find the men that killed him and raped and murdered Shelley.
What's the first one? 10-10. 10-10's already dead.
Yeah. 10-10 dead.
10-10.
So
Fun Boy we have.
We haven't got the Fun Boy yet.
Okay, I was just... So we got 10-10, so... And then now we got the sleazy shop owner.
Yeah, but you don't kill him in this
No, you don't kill him.
So, anyways, tells them where to find these people at, and he basically tells the shop owner that he has one chance to live, and he wants him to tell, those people
the
that...
snitch!
Yeah, basically.
And tell them that's the death's coming for him, pretty much.
Tell him that Eric Draven sends his regards as he's, putting gasoline everywhere. And as he's walking out...
What does he say, bro?
The guy is... he's talking shit to him. And
yeah, he's like, let me live. As soon as he takes a gun off, he's like, I hope they kill you, you piece of shit.
Something like that. And then Eric turns around, he's like, is that gasoline?
Gas I smell? Shoots the rings out of the shotgun.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he just pours all the rings in there. He's like, these are the rings of people that you've, like, lives have been ruined and stuff. Shoots it straight back at him.
That was an awesome
Sets him on fire. Frank's brother runs. I don't know the actor's name in here. I'm just gonna call him Frank's brother.
I have no idea.
Because he's never watched the Always Sunny episode. But like he runs out. He's got a little bit of a burned head and like he's got a little gunshot wound. But he told him, he was like, man, go send your message back to your boss.
Yeah, and you see him like jump out the back door and he's like on fire.
Yeah.
So, but then from there, we see Eric and Officer Albrecht meet, played by Ernie Hudson.
Yes.
Gotta love Ernie. And
hope to meet him again one day.
Yep. And Albrecht, he attempts to arrest Eric, but
he pulls a Dark Knight.
He pulls a Dark Knight and he just like ghosts.
Vanishes.
Yeah.
No, I guess that's what that feels like. What does he say? No, how does Batman Perfect say like?
That's pretty much how he says it.
Yeah. So that's what that feels like. Yeah, yeah. He ghosts everybody in here. Like he'll just dip the fuck out. This is a great film, ladies and gentlemen. Like this year did this drop? 1994. The year of the Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. I'm getting too close into the music genre, so keep going.
Well, from there, T-Bird informs Top Dollar that Tintin was murdered.
And not Top Dollar, not Tintin, but what was the one with the car that you just
T-Bird.
T-Bird, yeah, T-Bird drives the car, like to tell him like his souped up hot rod.
Yeah.
That he has, like he rides them the whole film. Like that car is like kind of iconic because it's got the neon up under it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you see that car on the street and it's like, oh, I'm surprised it ain't blown up on the water.
Yeah, definitely. But before you even get to that point, he's telling Top Dollar about Tintin being murdered, and here's Top Dollar. Well, I think we should have an introspective moment for old Tintin. We don't really have any cocaine, obviously.
Prop cocaine, get some powder down there, some fucking baking soda.
Yeah.
That'd even fucking kill you. I don't know. I don't do drugs. I ain't doing no drugs.
No. But then
What is drugs?
It's like a Dare commercial on here. Okay, so and then we see Sarah riding around in the rain on her skateboard,
which is amazing because I eat shit every time I skate in the rain.
That's some awesome skills.
Even Ernie's character, he's like, "How do you skate in the rain? Or how do you ride in the rain with that?" And I'm like, "That's a true statement from somebody that wrote this. That was a skateboard."
She has some awesome skills.
Yeah, dude.
But
hell, look how she's living, man.
Yeah, but she almost gets her behind ran over by an oncoming vehicle, which Eric
saves her.
Eric grabs her and pulls her out of the road.
So her little ass would have been dead if he wouldn't have been resurrected back to life.
Yeah, she wanted to get all mad at him, but she didn't know who grabbed her, so whatever. But anyways, he ends up telling her. Well, she's complaining about the rain, and he says his quote, the famous quote.
Can't rain all the time.
It can't rain all the time. So, and she automatically knows it's Eric.
Yeah, she goes, Eric, and looks back and he get Batmaned her again.
Yeah, like he does everybody.
I'm surprised she was like, I guess that's what it feels like.
But, and then there's that scene where Fun Boy and Sarah's mom are actually like fooling around and
in bed?
Yeah. And Eric shows up to have a talk with
that was a good talk.
With Fun Boy. And you just see him like come in through the window and
well, it was the bird first.
Well, it was the bird first, but then he comes in through the other window and you just see him like walking like towards the what was it, the bulb.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Here, Fun Boy."
And he still has the he sees the guitar that he jacked from the shop.
Yeah.
His guitar that was sold to the fucking shop.
That part where he like licks the light bulb.
Yeah.
So just to like try to creep him out.
Yeah. And he's like, then, "What the fuck are you?"
And then he just like runs up to him with a guitar and just.
Yeah, because he knew he was so high that would mess with him. It was just like,
that was pretty awesome. And he's just Fun Boy's talking some shit, and
well, he's not like, "Oh, you fucking brat baseball." You know what I mean? He's like, man, he's so high off of.
At this point, he's confused. Like you said, he's high.
He's like, crazy, man.
Yeah. So Eric pulls up a seat and he sits in front of Fun Boy, and he puts his hand in front of the gun, and he says, "Take your shot, Fun Boy. You got me, dead blank or dead bank.
Yeah.
Dead bang. God
damn
it." And
he was like, "Are you seriously fucking crazy?" That's the first time I seen Fun Boy like, "Are you serious? Like, you want me to shoot you?" Like,
you were seriously fucked up.
Yeah,
you know that.
Exactly.
And then he shoots him in the hand, and you just see Eric just like, "Oh!"
Yeah, and he's just like, "Yeah, this shit don't hurt." Like,
yeah. And then he turns around and he holds up his hand, and it just like
he's like, "Whoa!"
Like, and then. What did Fun Boy say? It was Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And here's Eric. Stop me if you've heard this one. Jesus Christ walks into a hotel and asks the innkeeper, or hands the innkeeper 3 nails. And the innkeeper says, and Fun Boy shoots him again. And he's like, "Ow."
Oh yeah. Ow.
Yeah. And then Fun Boy's like, "Don't you fucking die?" And he says, "Can you put me up for tonight?"
Dude. And then he shoots himself in the leg.
Makes him shoot himself in the leg.
And he's like, "Fucked up my sheet." Like, what'd he say?
He's like, "Look what you did to my sheets."
And then he passes out, and then like the Fun Boy's head literally hits the ground as he is being pulled off the bed. And then the little Sarah's mom is the one that's fucking around with Fun Boy because he's giving her morphine. She's a drug addict.
And, it proceeds to actually drag Fun Boy into the bathroom, puts him in the bathtub, turns the water on.
And sober him up.
To, sober him up, I guess. And while that's going on...
Shitless.
Yeah, she's scared shitless.
She's high as fuck.
And while that's going on, he comes up behind her and...
He makes her look at herself in the mirror. It's like, "Look at what you are." Like,
yeah, and squeezes the morphine
literally
out of her arm. I mean...
I thought that was pretty cool. It was like mother is God is the...
Mother is the name of God, something...
Spoken from every child's mouth. It's like, oh, shit, man. Eric's dropping knowledge. It's like, man.
Yeah. So, then there's that.
Yeah, it leaks out, and she's it's like a thank you moment.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've lived bad choices. You know what I mean? Like,
and then she takes off running, and Grange, Tony Todd, and the pawn shop owner, they're down there in the bar. The pawn shop owner's drinking. Grange is telling him to, that Top Dollar wants to meet with him.
Because this shit's going down. Top Dollar is like, okay, we got to get a meeting together. We got to get a meeting together.
Yeah. So, and
I hope he hasn't died of lung cancer or anything. Cause
I think he's still alive.
I hope so. He's a damn great actor. He needs really to do more stuff, man.
But then Darla takes...
If you're watching this, then know that we love you.
Yeah, you're great, man. But yeah, then we see Darla, like, just running out the door. And,
shook.
Tony Todd's Grange, he's like, something's not right. So he goes up there to check on Funboy.
Oh, Funboy is strung the fuck out.
And Funboy has like several morphine needles stuck in his chest.
And it's got the blood of the crow.
The blood of the crow outline around.
He's leaving marks like the Punisher and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I leave a tag when I kill people.
Exactly. And the next scene is Eric when he goes to Officer Albrecht's house.
Yes.
Because he's wanting to get information on what happened to Shelley. Because he died. He don't know.
He was kind of hesitant. He was like, he kind of looked like he was going to whoop his ass. And then he's like, you were with her the whole time.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, now, like, because he was blaming, he's like, why didn't save? And then he did that, and that's why he's like, don't touch me. He's like,
I never got the feeling that he wanted to hurt Albrecht. I think he knew that he was a good person from the get. Because
he wanted to know what went down and why was nobody caught. And he was like, well, they Top Dollar has every pocket in town. It's like there was nothing I could do.
Nobody was going to talk after what happened.
And that's what his question was. He's like, why didn't anything get done? Then he touched him. And he's like, there was nothing you could do. You stood by her side the whole time. So, and that plays further to the end of the movie as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then from that scene,
mention of that scene is Ernie Hudson walking around in his underwear, white T-shirt, and still has the cop hat on. And Eric's like, you still have your hat on.
That was a funny scene.
I love Ernie.
So, and from there, that's when we see the pawn shop owner. Him and Top Dollar are talking. They're having their meeting.
Yes.
And, basically, I guess his name's Gideon. He's telling Top Dollar what happened.
Yeah.
And that it was some guy named Draven. Eric Draven.
His name's Draven.
Said he sends his regards. And, Top Dollar, he takes the sword away from him, because he was acting like he was going to kill him. And
we knew he was going to die. As soon as Top Dollar heard that shit, it's like, dude, like, this is classic. It's like, oh, yeah, this is fun to games.
Yeah. Top Dollar's like a boy and his bird touching. Yeah. And then they start laughing together, and then he just...
straight stabs him through the throat. And it was like, oh, just kill him already. And then shoot him.
Yeah.
It's like, just fucking die already.
Yeah, Grange hands him a gun. Yeah, like, just fucking die already. And then Grange hands him a gun. He shoots him. Like,
there went Frank's brother.
So, yeah. So I was actually kind of glad to see him die.
Yeah, I didn't piece of shit.
I didn't really care much for that character. So, and it was during this scene, though, that it's revealed that Top Dollar and Micah are half siblings.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up. I watch Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, we both.
And I love Jaime Lannister as much as he likes his sister, but man, like they were cutting, they were drinking, they were getting high off the like adrenaline glands.
Yeah.
Off people, and that's supposed to be like, don't ever look into this. Like,
I had no idea that's what they were doing. As many times as I've
don't ever look into doing this because you will land your fucking ass in prison because it's killing somebody.
It's also very gross.
Yeah,
all the things
you get
do,
high off of it, man. Like,
I don't know, but yeah. So
people like, where'd you learn that? Drug school? There's no chemicals. No body fucking.
Bootleg Walter White over here.
No. Except without the cooking. I know everything about them pharmaceutical women.
So
not a pill popper either, so don't worry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no drugs here. So incest, gotta love it, right? Not.
Game of Thrones loves it.
Yeah, they love it. George R. R. Martin. So, and then there's that scene with T-Bird and Skank.
Skank's funny ass. Always walking like this, man.
Yeah, and they're going to the store.
Man, fuck 10-10.
And Skank goes in the store, I guess, to get like some groceries, whatever.
Get some 40s and shit.
Whatever, and then 10-10 goes and gets in, not 10-10. T-Bird goes and gets in the car, and Chucky style.
Michael Myers style as well. Is in the back of the car.
Eric Draven's in the back seat of the car, and puts a gun up to him. Drive. And here's Skank. What's this happy horse shit?
Yeah, what's this happy horse shit?
Takes off running out the store and gets hit by a car.
He gets hit by a car and he's so hopped up that he's still getting up. Right, and then knocks the dude out and steals his car.
Exactly.
And then he's driving and it's a broken windshield and he's blaming the broken windshield on being goddamn foreign cars.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, he was the comedic one out of the whole group. Like, the only one you can laugh at because he was so stupid off drugs.
Yeah, and then the next thing we see, T-Bird's sitting there. He's trying to get Eric to talk to him, and Eric isn't.
He ain't having that shit.
He doesn't have anything to say. He doesn't have a damn thing to say, and he keeps trying to find out, who are you? And Eric,
I'll pay you with drugs, whatever you want. And he's like, just drive.
And he keeps asking him who he is. And Eric just comes up to the window, and his face comes into the light, and T-Bird's like, "I know you.
Yeah,
I know you, but you're not you."
Yeah, and then you got to think about the one he tapes him to the fucking seat, and then his like
puts dynamite in the seat.
That's what I'm saying, and it's like you don't remember me, and then like as he becomes to realize who that was, he's like. Dead men can't come back. He's like, yeah, and then he starts like trying to preach of what he was saying. It's like you can't come back, and it's like that put the fear of God in that man. That was great acting, by the way, because he was just freaking out. He's like, don't work that way. It just don't work. He's like, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
He damned.
Man, that was. He just goes driving off the edge or the cliff, whatever.
And Skank sees this. He's just like,
yeah. And the car just blows up.
Blows the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was a good scene.
And then, we have a moment. It starts coming down a little bit. And it's Sarah going to the apartment.
We also got to mention him playing the badass guitar on the roofs.
I skipped over one of my favorite moments of the movie. When he took the lighter and he lit up the fiery crow.
Oh, yeah, the crow. Well, no, that hadn't happened till...
Yes, it did. It happened after...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was a crow. Yeah, I'll put it in one of the little fire things. I'll put it in one of the images above her head.
I love that shot. That's one of my favorite shots in the movie.
It's kind of like after The Punisher did it in the 2004 one where it was the cars. That movie I fucking love, man. People can give me Thomas Jane shit. I fucking loved him. I loved Bernthal as well. Like I told Bernthal, I fucking loved him as Punisher. Like,
but Tom Jane, he's so underrated.
Tom, man,
that movie goes so underappreciated
because it followed the Punisher Max comics. Sorry, we're getting off topic of Punisher Max.
Yeah.
But Punisher, if you like that 2004 one with John Travolta, read the Punisher Max series. That's what it's based off of. Okay,
I never knew that.
Yes, it's very, very violent. He even throws a dude in a great white shark's mouth. Is that awesome?
Holy shit.
Yeah, he throws Barracuda's ass straight into a great white's mouth.
Holy hell, man.
Yeah. And then he cuts a dude's legs open and sticks him in a pool with a shark and just places them feet first, like tied up. And it was just like, yeah, this thing's going to eat your legs off.
That is crazy.
Frank Castle. So back to another awesome, just as badass as Frank Castle, and tragically, Frank, it's just as tragic.
So things calm down. From there, you see Sarah goes to Eric and Shelley's old apartment, and Eric, he's burning pictures of him and Shelley.
I don't understand. You think he would be like reminiscent? What I mean?
Well, he knows he's gonna die anyway.
Yeah, he knows he's fine. I would have gave him to Sarah.
I guess so.
But he didn't want her to know that he was still around.
That's true too.
Cause she walked around his apartment or his place, and she was like, "I knew it was you," and he was like, "Well, shit." It's like, I guess it wasn't, and you really didn't give a shit about me. And then that's when he was like, Sarah, and he went up and hugged her and stuff.
Yeah, he's like, I do care, and that's a beautiful shot too, with him coming into the light.
Oh yeah, and it's like yeah, he's here only brought by the Crow to exact revenge on people that need to be.
Yeah, he's not back for any other reason. It's a revenge love story.
Yeah, it's like once he's done with the revenge, his time on Earth is done.
Yeah, I mean that is his sole purpose for coming back. So, and then there's the part where Skank is telling Top Dollar.
Oh, that hilarious shit.
Yeah, he's
Skank, man, it's a ghost, man.
Yeah, like he's just going crazy, and you actually see...
And he breaks character.
Michael Wincott breaks character. He's just sitting there, he's got his mouth covered, he's just like...
he just like goes like that, and then it cuts to the next scene because he was ranting so much with Skank. It was like, dude, that was a perfect moment. I knew the director was like, dude, keep that shit in.
He was like, I hope somebody had that on video or something like that.
Because it was him just like this, and then hey, so I like Michael went through. I want to meet him.
I'm glad they kept that because it was.
Please be alive, Michael.
He's alive, man. He's alive.
This is a convention. I got to meet this man.
He was alive, or he is alive. I mean,
stay alive.
Yeah, and then the very next scene is both of our favorite scenes when he's on the rooftop playing the guitar.
Oh man, when it's just the background, you can see the models, and it's just him playing on top of it. And he's got the fucking the amp rigged, so it's like on the roof and it's hanging off, so the whole fucking town can hear it.
God, I love that part. And then he just smashes the
guitar. When he smashes it is when you know it's like, okay, this is my time's over. Let's whoop the rest of these guys' ass.
Yeah, and then
because he's only after the 4. He's not worried about Top Dollar.
He don't know anything about Top Dollar.
No, Top Dollar puts himself in this fucking situation.
Yeah. So I mean, but who's to say he wouldn't have had to have?
He did execute the order.
Exactly.
He didn't say that day they were going to get raped and killed, but he did get to execute the order.
Yeah.
It was just the cronies that he had with him, so he's still a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, and he was part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
And he's the one that he started the fires. He's the one that starts the fires on Devil's Night.
Exactly. And then the next part is when the movie goes to where Top Dollar is assembling all the major street gangs,
like a Mystery Men movie.
Yeah. Together in attempt, they're plotting to kill Eric, because at this point...
Isn't that what they called him, the Ghosts?
Well, everybody but...
Skank called him.
Everybody but Top Dollar is calling him Ghosts. Because, I mean, in his mind, he's still a man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Top Dollar ain't scared of shit.
No. And, they're plotting to kill Eric because by this point, Top Dollar knows that Eric is alive or has come back to life, whatever. And...
Well, he had heard it for 2 people, Frank's brother and...
Yeah.
And Skank, and he's like, well, Skank, we don't need to kill him because like we done found out it's the fucking truth.
Well, I mean, he used Skank as bait.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole fucking bait, dude. Eric Draven's plan is genius.
Yeah. So, and then we get that awesome ass action shot when the Crow does show up
on the table,
and he hops up on the table.
It just sits Indian style.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is the one we've been hearing about. He shows up to the meeting they were supposed to have a meeting about.
Yeah. And then Top Dollar just shoots him.
Well, they all shoot him. They're like, oh, just fucking kill him.
They all shoot him.
Unload on him.
Yeah. And then they go to check, at the other end of the table, and he's still alive. He's not there. And the lights go out. and you just get this
John Wick,
full on John Wick style, just action.
He wasted everybody in that room, and Skank runs off because
he tries to run off.
Yeah, we find out that after he kills the 4 that he avenges, he becomes mortal.
Yeah.
So when he was getting shot and stuff,
but we didn't even say how Skank died.
Oh, we haven't got into that, but this is like the Crow's main thing is we're sending you back to only do what you're gonna do. Yeah. We're not gonna send you back to do anymore.
Yeah.
So as soon as you kill these dudes off, your time is done. Like, get back in your grave.
Yeah, pretty much. So, but Eric does end up finding Skank
under a table.
And grabs him by the shirt collar by the window, and Skank's like, "I'm not Skank. Skank is dead."
This is Skank. Yeah, he's turning over his head like he's like, "Skank's dead."
Yeah, and then here's Eric. Exactly. And then he just throws his out the window
like Joker in fucking Dark Knight.
Yeah, and then there's that part where
he lands perfectly, like planes on the front of the car. I laughed at that shit. I was like, "This is hilarious."
Yeah, that was. I didn't really think much of that, to be honest with you. But yeah, he landed perfectly on the damn cop car.
Let's talk about the fucking asshole cop that was I think the same asshole cop in Predator 2 that suspended.
Oh yeah, I skipped all over him.
Yeah, the Ernie Hudson's character, he suspended him because he's like, "Oh, you've been going through these files because you ran into this man." And he's like, "You're suspended," and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But thank God that happened because.
Yeah, he's a shit actor.
For the which one?
The dickhead that you're talking about.
I think that was Edward James Olmos. Like, I'm not sure.
He's an awful actor.
But he was in fucking. I think he's in fucking Blade Runner.
You would know.
But right. I know he's in Predator too. I know, if correct me if I'm wrong and not call me a fucking asshole for getting his name wrong. Like, that ain't James Earl Jones. Or, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's him. I'll look that up and type it in. It's like, okay, it was him.
Yeah. But, and then there was that scene where he was running from the cops and the cops were shooting at him. And that's when we find out, like you were saying, that he started to become mortal again.
He finished his job. He killed off everybody that killed him and his wife. Did you know that one of the scenes I had read, the guy that played Fun Boy?
Yeah.
He recently passed not too long ago.
He did?
Mm-hmm. And it's a very sad story because the opening shot, unfortunately, Brandon Lee is no longer with us. He died making this film. But, everybody, like you said the tabletop scene when he was getting shot, everybody thought that's when he died. But it was the actual intro of the film when he gets shot and slung out the window. But it was reshot, but that's when But the actor, the guy that played Fun Boy that did that, it ruined his life. He blamed himself till he died. It was the most sad thing I've ever seen. It's like, He was like, "I killed the dragon's son."
Yeah, somebody accidentally put a bullet.
No, it was stuff related with the Lees, but they said it was a blank stuck inside of the barrel, and when they went to shoot it off, it shot it out like a real bullet.
Yeah,
and it went right into his torso, and he died in the hospital like hours later. And they said that actor had never fully recovered. Like, he never acted in another role. Like, he wouldn't do conventions because he blamed himself for killing.
Yeah,
it's very sad, and I like his performance in here. And even though the unfortunate circumstances happened, he did a great job in this movie. And I'm sad he's passed, but you know what I mean. I'm sure Brandon forgave him. Yeah. I know Brandon forgave him.
I'm sure he did.
I believe in what I believe. I think Brandon forgave him for that.
Yeah, but anyways, Eric, he thinks his mission is done after all this is going on.
Yeah.
He's walking down the street, and you see him stop by some steps, and he sees some kids running around on Halloween.
Yeah.
And they're in.
He's laughing.
He's laughing. It's an awesome shot of Brandon Lee.
You even said it. You thought they put that in there.
Because it was a slow motion shot. It was like they wanted to have a scene that showed him like laughing and just being happy.
being happy. Yeah.
Yeah, Just the
way.
way.
By the way, in the comments, let me know which actor that was and stuff, because I got some of it correct. I know I probably didn't get everything correct. I don't want to get jumped on.
Yeah.
It's sad, but give your respects to the man, because he's unfortunately passed, both of them.
Yeah. And, then, he goes to the graveyard.
That's a sad scene, too, where he's just like, Shelly.
And he's just
Sarah meets him up.
Yeah, and...
Well, she's there laying, and he's like, I know you would say don't lay in the graveyard, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah.
And he says it's the safest place in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And she said because everybody did.
Yeah.
And, they tell
very grim.
Yeah. And they tell each other goodbye.
But then,
Sarah gets abducted
by Candyman.
But by Candyman, Tony Todd Grange, and basically he takes her to the church,
and he touches the tombstone, and he realizes a vision. He's like, my work ain't done.
Well, he heard Sarah yell for him.
But he also, the visions that he was seeing when he touched Shelley's gravestone, he was like Sarah, and like that made him stop. So I believe that was the Crow also watching, because the Crow was his vision, outside. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, you don't only have these 4 people to kill. You got to save this little girl. Even though you're mortal, it's like, if you die out there, man, you die out there. You know what I mean? It's like, even though if you're not laying out in your grave, go out like a fucking hero.
Exactly. So he hears, her scream for him, and he takes off, running to the church. We get that awesome shot where he walks into the church.
Oh yeah, the doors.
Yeah, and his hair is blowing and everything. I see why they put that on the DVD cover.
Yes.
VHS cover.
Yes.
DVD.
I had the VHS somewhere. I just couldn't find it. We got to watch the VHS transfer one, he says.
Yeah, I would love to go back and watch some old VHS movies. But anyway, he goes to rescue her, and the actual Crow ends up getting shot and wounded, by Grange.
Yeah. Therefore
weakening Eric.
And Ernie pops in like a G and shoots.
Well, we find out that Eric was weakened when Top Dollar shot him.
Oh, and he was like, now you're a man. Yeah. Like, he's like, now I see.
Yeah, he tried to like laugh it off, and then he realized
he's like, ow.
He realized, oh shit, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah, he's like, fuck. Yeah, literally.
He falls down. But yeah, then that's when Ernie Hudson comes, Albrecht.
Like the savior he is. Man.
Yeah.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. And he
likes Candyman. He likes Tony Todd's character up.
Yeah, he does.
But then he gets wounded in the process.
Yeah, then he gets shot, and I forget the stuff that happened in between. But
you had Bailing. What's it about Bailing?
Well, yeah, that was the Crow or Eric, whatever. He was walking up the steps, and Bailing's there to meet him, and she has the Crow in her hand.
She's like, I have your power.
Yeah, and you just see like the close up on Eric's eyes and the close up on the Crow's eyes, and the Crow just starts like freaking like pecking
her eyes out, like how they tore out girls' eyes and stuff. It did the exact same thing that she does to other people.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like, oh, you just got back what you do.
Yeah, and just straight up destroyed her face.
Karma's a bitch.
Killed her ass. And then we get that badass rooftop fight
this scene right here, yeah, like thanks to McFarlane statues, I was able to get this years ago.
I gotta find that.
My mom and me are extreme Crow fans, so I hooked her up with this one year for her birthday.
So awesome.
On Christmas.
But yeah, it's that badass rooftop fight scene.
Oh, well, we forgot about the bird.
What about him?
With Top Dollar.
Oh, it's gonna be that later.
Oh, my bad. Jumping ahead. I'm so excited about this one scene. I love the death. It's my favorite scene.
He's spoiling you.
I'm not gonna say it's my favorite quote in the movie, but yeah, keep going.
It's one of mine, definitely. But yeah, Top Dollar nearly kills Eric.
Dude.
On the road, stabs his ass.
He stabbed him through. Yeah, like.
Yeah. Like, they have this epic sword fight. I mean, that's not really a sword. He pulls that out of something up there.
The steeple.
Yeah. And then they just start sword fighting. Sarah's like screaming for him, whatever.
Well, he dropped Sarah like Joker.
Yeah. And she...
Let her go.
Sarah's like, watch out, and you know, Top Dollar just stabs him right in the back.
Right through, like a whisper in The Walking Dead. Just
yeah. And then, you know, like, as Eric's sitting there, you know, he's about to die.
Yeah, he's gone.
And Top Dollar's like, you know, I orchestrated the whole thing.
And he was like, I admit, you're badass. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, I like your spirit.
Yeah, all that stuff. And he admitted to Eric that he orchestrated the whole thing with him and his fiance getting killed.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then Eric.
Then a scene that happened before with Ernie Hudson's character where Eric had seen the visions of him seeing Shelley in the hospital and all that pain and shit.
Oh, yeah.
So that paid off.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you know what I mean? You can say what happens to Top Dollar because I thought it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Eric says, well, I have something for you. And he just he palms his face. And
he shows all the pain.
The pain that Shelley went through.
That the cop had shown that he had got through. He's like, this is 30 hours of pain and suffering.
Yeah. And just all at once.
Yeah.
And
slipped his ass off that roof.
And Top Dollar just like freaking like about damn near passes out. Falls off the roof and then lands on those.
Speared through there and speared through the mouth and it looks like a fountain.
Yeah.
Like off the church.
Oh man, it was awesome. That was awesome. And then
Eric rescues her.
Eric rescues Sarah.
They go and do the little banter where they smoke a cigarette and fucking Ernie's shot and they're just sitting around. It's like, oh, you look better, and he's just lights a cigarette and hands it to the cop, and the cop's like, you know what?
Yuck.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna stop smoking these damn things.
Yeah. So and then you know he tells Sarah to stay with him.
Genius line I didn't think about. You remember how Eric was like, these smoking is bad for you. These things will kill you.
Yeah.
You notice he drags it when he's mortal,
and
he's already dead.
Yeah.
So he's like, I just thought about that. He drugged the cigarette and handed it back because he was no longer immortal and these things will kill you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they thought that themselves or not. Then Ernie was like, fuck that.
I didn't catch on to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Mm.
But yeah, he tells Sarah to stay with him until the police get there. And, you know, Eric tells Sarah to stay there until the police get there.
And then he ghosts him.
And then he ghosts
for the last time.
For the last time, goes to the graveyard. And, you know, he's ready to go home. Which is when he sees Shelley walking towards him.
Oh, that was a beautiful scene.
It was a beautiful, beautiful scene. And she puts her hand on his shoulder, and then they share a kiss.
Man, I wish I had a girl that treated me like that.
Yeah, and you know, basically the movie is over, and we get a nice little tribute to Brandon Lee and his wife Eliza.
Yeah. Oh my God, man! Like,
really sad song that plays at the end, make you freaking cry. But yeah, that's the movie, and. You know, I love this movie, man. Really.
This is one of my favorites, man. I got the pop, like they made. So if you could try to find that one, it's kind of hard to find now. This is the first pop I got you.
It is.
Wasn't it? Now you like them.
It is, but yeah, I love this movie. I can't recommend it enough if you haven't seen it.
If you also like any further options, read the comic book. It's even more material. You can see more Eric Draven action. It's by James O'Barr. He's really cool. He comes to a lot of conventions, and we need to meet him next time he comes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess that's it, guys.
But what would you give this movie?
Oh yeah, we gotta rate it.
Let's rate this movie. So, what would you give The Crow? A 1 out of 10.
I'd give it a 9.
I give it a 10.
Okay.
I give it a straight 10 because it holds up. It uses miniature shots. It's not over CG'd.
Mm-hmm.
The CG that they use works.
Except for the opening shot.
Yeah, with the fake flames. But everything with the models and everything looked beautiful. And I love the gothic style. The soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. You got Nine Inch Nails Cure on that bitch. And you like the villain. Another thing, Top Dollar's name is never mentioned this whole film.
Not once.
I don't think I think he's like bet your top dollar or something, but I might have missed it and thought that's what he.
I don't think his name's mentioned.
Yeah, he's just mentioned in the comic and it's mentioned in the credits. That's about it.
Or maybe it is. Actually, I think it might be.
I think he's like you bet your top dollar or something like that. But like,
I don't
think, man. I don't know. It's some shit.
Maybe go back and watch it.
Yeah, I'll
put it in the
rewatch
notes or something. But yeah.
What do you think about the further sequels to The Crow?
Oh, you want to talk about them?
Let's just say it. Say the sequels in one word.
Shit.
That's how I feel.
I hate those movies. I hate them with a passion. City of Angels was a goddamn catastrophe. I didn't like it at all.
What's her name in there?
Who?
Like a really famous actress.
You might be thinking about Salvation, that Kirsten Dunst.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking about.
Salvation.
Isn't she a redhead?
No, she wasn't Spider-Man.
I was about to say, man, when keeps coming back with the redhead like shit, man, like God, she was perfect as Mary Jane.
Oh,
but keep going, keep going.
She was, but yeah, Crow Salvation was that was watchable actually, but I don't care much for it because I feel like it pisses on the legacy of the first Crow.
Now with the Crow comics, of course, the Crow, they've had many comics after this. It passes on to everybody else, like it says in the film, like it does. But it didn't pass like them shitty sequels.
No. And then there was the Crow Wicked Prayer.
We're not going to talk about that piece of shit. Who played the Crow?
Edward Furlong.
I love him. T2, Detroit Rock City, American History X, but not as the Crow.
That movie was just so terrible.
It was bad. We even talked about that on an earlier show. We're like, at least it ain't Crow.
We might do like
Wicked Prayer.
We might do like a bad movie review for that one because I would like to just rip it apart on camera.
Yes.
And just shred it for everything it's worth.
Shred its ass apart.
Because I'm telling you, I absolutely hate that movie. I really do.
But yeah, with respects, I would go, if you've not seen The Crow, go pick up the Blu-ray, pay your respect to the Dragon's Child, the Bruce Lee's son. Pay your respects and watch this movie. And kids these days, I could still say it holds up.
Yeah.
You know, this is a movie that if it was released today, I'd be fine with it. And it's like,
it is very 90s.
It's very 90s, and that's what I love about it. It captured everything in one movie. A feeling of one movie, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of David Fincher's work. Fight Club, Alien 3, the same tone. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
Especially with the dark opening, with the scenes, with the miniatures and stuff, I can see that. But I can also see a Tim Burton.
That's who I connect with it.
I'm just a big David Fincher fan, so
I would be surprised if
Gone Girl.
I would be surprised if Tim Burton didn't have anything to say about or say to Alex Proyas for the way you.
I would have been like, "Thank you for shooting this because this is an absolute damn masterpiece."
Oh yeah, I would be too. But some directors might get mad, be like, "Look, you kind of ripped me off."
Yeah, but everybody's doing that these days now. Everybody has an inspiration.
True.
These days, at least.
But
yeah, you give it. What did you give it? A 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
I gave it a straight 10 out of 10. Nostalgia. Rest in peace, Brandon Lee. Everything about this movie is great. I definitely recommend it. Get on Amazon, any place you can find Blu-ray or good Blu-rays.
Yeah. Ooh. I would like for it to be released on 4K.
It better. Dude, could you imagine? We're going to have to do a 4K review when it comes out.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, I give this a 10 out of 10. Let's just give this a 10 out of 10.
Fine.
I don't think there's no 9.5s on this one. This one's just too good.
Fine.
And then the last thing that Shelley says to Ernie was, he's like, it can't rain all the time. Sarah says to Ernie, he's shot and stuff, and he's like, it stopped raining, and it's like even that just right there just sealed it to a 10.
Yeah.
So it's like that went on through the whole film.
Fine, I'll give it a 10.
And another quote that we both love also makes it give it a 10. But we'll get to that in a second. But final thoughts. You give it a 9 out of 10. I give this a 10 out of 10. Me and him both agree. Let's just give this a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
This is a great film. Go pick it up wherever you are. Pick up merchandise and celebrate the life of the Dragon's Child. But yeah, until then, I'm Tyler.
I'm Blake.
And you've been watching Geek Radar.
Oh, I missed it. And you've been watching Geek Radar.
Now, Blake, what is that line?
What was that line?
Do it, Blake.
Caw, caw, bang, fuck, I'm dead.